Today I am here visiting my friends at DC Pianos in Berkeley, California, and one of the things that makes DC Pianos so awesome is that they actually go and restore these old vertical grand pianos, which is something that almost nobody does. Very few piano stores, actually I don't know of any other piano store that restores these pianos, and very, very few piano companies or businesses or really anyone restores these old vertical grands, even though when they are fully restored, they're really wonderful instruments that have great potential and are actually really, really, really cool. So this piano was made by the Krakauer brothers. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that name right. It reminds me of the name of that volcano. I think it actually recently erupted, Krakatoa. That's what that name reminds me of. And but it's a different name. It's Krakauer, and they were in New York, like many piano companies were. And it's made of this really cool wood. I think this is mahogany. It's been refinished in a very nice satin, which is really, really cool. And it has a beautiful, nice. It gives it a very new look, very clean, very nice. What's kind of funny is that on the fall board, we have little square knobs to open and close it. I've never seen square knobs on a piano, but we have little square knobs, which is kind of cute. Now, one thing that's cool about this piano, and one thing that's really cool about what DC Pianos does, is they will actually go about and replace everything inside of the piano. Now, the soundboard here is still original, but all of the things that really make the piano what it is, aside from the soundboard, the hammers, the strings, the dampers, the action parts, I believe the action parts have been replaced. If not, they have been regulated to a very high degree, but I believe they look very, very clean, so I think the action parts are new, and the tuning pins have either been replaced or polished so that they are shiny once again. DC Pianos goes through and looks at all the little fine details that make a piano both look really good and also play really good, and that makes their vertical grand pianos that have been restored really, really fantastic. So that's the inside of this piano. It's a little bit dark, but hopefully you can tell that everything in here is brand new and it looks really, really fantastic. So now you're probably wondering what this piano sounds like, so I'm going to play a couple of Bach pieces on it for you. The first one is going to be a hymn that was harmonized by Bach, and it sounds really fantastic on pianos, even though it was originally written for organ. So I'm going to play that, and hopefully you enjoy it. As you can hopefully hear on the recording, this piano has a really sweet and a really mellow sound, which is definitely because of the new strings and the new hammers that this piano now has. It probably sounded a lot like that when it was brand new, perhaps 100 or so years ago, and it sounded that again thanks to the awesome work that DC Pianos has done to this piano. The action on this piano is probably one of my favorite things about it, besides the beautiful wood the case is made out of, because the action is really light and it feels like a brand new piano, because of course the action is brand new, and it's been heavily worked on, I believe, to make it very, very consistent, very, very even, and also to play very, very light. It has a very light touch and a very lovely feel. So now I think I'm going to play another Bach piece on this instrument. I'm going to play the Minuet in G minor that actually is, by some people actually attribute it to someone else, not Bach, but for many, many years people thought Bach actually wrote the piece. So I'm going to be playing that on the Krakauer brothers piano. So hopefully you enjoyed hearing that piece on this piano. Now what that piece kind of demonstrated was not only the beautiful sound of this piano, but also the really nice action that this piano has. Of course, you can't feel the action through the video, but you can kind of see from the piece there that it was a bit quicker and more fast and lively than the piece that I played beforehand. I had absolutely no difficulties whatsoever playing those fast movements on this piano. It wasn't terribly fast, but we had some 16th notes at the end, and it was a bit faster than the previous piece. And I had no trouble whatsoever playing it on this piano. The action here is absolutely wonderful, and it really pairs well with the beautiful sound of the piano and the beautiful looks of the piano, and I really, really enjoy playing on this piano. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you want, you can go check out my channel because I've got lots more reviews on pianos, organs, harpsichords, all kinds of cool keyboard instruments, and I also have some tutorials as well as videos on how to play that second piece that I played there as well. So if you want to do that, you can go check all that out, and if you want to, you can subscribe. And also, if you do subscribe, make sure to hit the notification bell to be informed of all of my future uploads. So make sure to hit subscribe somewhere over here, and if you do that, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.